Namaste, beautiful yogis. Welcome to Ali Kamenova Yoga. I'm Ali, and today we are doing urinary bladder 1 again. This is a second class on that theme because I want to drill it in, continue with it because it's more powerful if we do it 2 days in a row or if we do it twice a week, the way we are doing it this week. And you're going to need the same weights from class number 1 this week, which is anywhere from 2 to 4 pounds and about that, in this range. 1 pound can work too. And this is slightly heavier for me than, I think it's a little bigger than 2 pounds, but you know, anywhere in that range would work. And just if you get a really big burn, then put the weights down and continue with the same moves. I'm gonna cover a lot of that's new move that we did in the first class, regardless of if you did this class or not. If this is the first time, you're gonna get all the benefits because I'll continue with that move. It's a full body move that I really love. Oh, it's so good. And we are going to start with the acupuncture point. Again, I'm gonna cover it very briefly so that this is a standalone class, but you're gonna hear it again if you've done the first class. Urinary bladder 1 point. It's I'll put it in the graph. It's in the inner corner of the eye, just in the depression here, and you can access it right above the inner corner of the eye. And you can cover a bigger area because in a reflexology way, you can just cover a bigger area rather than acupuncture acupressure. You just cover this inside area, and after we hold it, I'll do about 5 to 6 minutes additional face massage, very brief, pretty much about for the fascia of the face, and we'll get into the booty workout with just a touch of yoga. So let's begin, and let's flow with love, strength, and ease. Starting with just a touch of oil by your side or a little bit of cream, something just a little softening to the face. And we're gonna bring either our thumbs or any of our fingers into this area, which is inner corner of the eye and right above the inner corner. Again, I'll put a graph. As I mentioned, I'll explain briefly the benefits of this point. It all relates to vision. We're working on the water element, it relates to vision. So you could see how this is also about inner vision or internalizing, but also blurry vision, night blindness, cataract, pterygium, a headache. Again, all the classes use these points as a way to work on anxiety. That's the overall theme. Calming. So we're gonna hold it for another 1 to 2 minutes. And just breathe. And from here you can just glide your fingers up to the hairline. From that point up through the forehead, eyebrows, forehead, hairline, and hold at the hairline. And again, you can go reach up, vibrate at the hairline, and you can go inward. And again, go up. So this is more of a reflexology, straight along the point, the meridian, the muscles on the forehead. From here, we're going to take left hand onto the left side and bring it up slightly diagonally, and the other one follows. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Deep pressure. So you're working under the skin on the fascia. Working on fascia is a very particular thing. I prefer it over all other work, really, because the fascia is electric. It in many ways probably is responsible for muscle movement rather than the neurons from the brain. It seems to have far bigger function than previously thought, because the body has spent a lot of effort into enveloping us in fascia. So put a little bit of oil, and we're gonna go into that very, I'll keep it brief, very brief massage. And we're gonna start on one side of the jawline, left side. And you're gonna go 1, 2, 3, working on the fascia. So below the skin, you're gonna go deep in, and keep one hand at the end, always. And you're moving slightly diagonally up now. So we were along the jaw, now up under the cheekbone. And if you're taking a shower, you can pull it all the way into your hair. Woo! And now from the nose, you're gonna bring one hand onto up the muscle, one down onto the cheekbone. Stretching this muscle here. Here's also the sinuses, real good for the sinuses. And from here, we're gonna press deep into the fascia again. One hand diagonally up, one out. And bring both hands diagonally up. This awakens all the fascia in the face. Speaking of fascia and muscles, let's quickly stretch the side of the neck. This big band muscle. I use that in my face massage classes. So you're gonna grab this big band, SCM, and stretch it up and down, just to kind of give it length. And now just take a skin fold. So it's skin and fascia, connective tissue in it, and work that skin fold up. Fascia moves like in collagen fibers, in long collagen fibers that are interconnected. They work as almost as a symbiotic one organism. So you're moving it up, you're moving past the neck, past the jaw, up to the lower face. Here you can give it a little stir up, petrissage. So we're moving the skin and the fascia off its attachment, and a little bit on the lip, moving the thumbs up, and out to the cheek, and up on the cheek, all the way here to the side. Here I don't even have enough fold for, unfortunately, for two hands. So I go all the way to the temple and hold it up. You can vibrate it. Vibrate it with both hands. Vibrate. or press along the bone below the eye. Great, let's do the same thing on the other side, and that's gonna be it. Along the jawline, deep into the fascia and stabilize. Fascia, fascia. Of course, you're working on the muscles, but we're really interested in the fascia. This is deep, so you're not working on lymph here. We're not draining lymph. And pick it up a little, up, diagonally up. You can bring it into the hair because, of course, the muscle continues. But since you're using oil, you can stop at the hairline and next time. And from here, nose, separate that muscle here, the area. This muscle, when it shortens, it gives us that deep groove, so it's really good to separate it. I find it related to sinuses and breathing, so it's quite functional to give it a stretch here. I can take a deeper breath. I felt like I was breathing great, but now it's even better. Great. And here, diagonally, you're using deep pressure and holding one finger at the end, one finger, or one hand at the end, one hand at the end. All right, let's stretch sternocleidomastoid. So here, use your feedback. I tend to draw pleasure in just stretching the muscle, the way kind of hamstrings feel. I just find a little twig that feels just right, and I stretch it, and it feels like melting. I could do this way longer, but I really want to do this functionally, so let's go with the fold. You could do this at a third of this speed and just do everything 3 times instead of the 1. So now the skin fold and up. But I will record it separate, kind of at a 10-minute mark, so that you can use it. This awakens all the circulation of the face, really. And lip, and at the lip you're just going to bring the thumbs up, and you can massage the muscles here, and out and up, up and all the way. You want to keep that tissue all the way up. We're starting with this and we're bringing it all the way up, and you can bring it all the way on the scalp. Sometimes when I don't care about the oil, I would bring it all the way in the back. Of course, this feels absolutely like head reflexology. But my hair is often oily due to that. All right, a very brief finishing of the petrissage here with the eyebrow. Petrissage or fascia massage, both of them are so deep that they're kind of shiatsu versus Swiss massage. Shiatsu is deep tissue, and both are good, just for different purposes. So you're gonna grab the eyebrow and just carry that fold. You're separating it. That improves the functioning of the muscles and skin and fascia and all of that. And it can help with cleansing the skin, functioning healthier. All right, we're good. You can slap yourself a little. Let's call it its scientific name, cheek self-slapping. And down on the chin. Face massage. People consider this a major store place of trauma, pain. So you're stretching the chin muscle down, which is what retracts the chin as we age, and the chin doesn't look as sculpted. So we want to relax that muscle. Now, if you're in your 20s, this is just preventative. You're not seeing any of those things. And you think you'll never see them. And if you do the preventative, I hope that there may be a chance that you keep that muscle long. All right, we're good. That's it. Of course, there's more we could do, but I probably went over the 6-minute mark. So we'll begin with chair. Lift your left leg up and hold here, chair. Opposite side, chair. Chair. Let's walk backwards. Push the body back. And exhale down. You can hang here like a rag doll. Hands on the ground. Walk to the front, plank. Chaturanga and upward dog. And chaturanga and downward dog. Inhale the right leg up, step it through, warrior two. Two, half moon. Try to extend, lengthen the space between the right hip and the right shoulder here, give it length. As you work your left hip on top. Glide back into triangle. You can reach forward with the top arm for a little extra length. Bend the right knee into side angle. Glide the back foot further out as it's a wider stance one. And lower down here into a little bit of a stretch. As we're stretching the face and neck, we are now stretching the legs and groin. And vinyasa. And downward dog. When we massage the face, it's about similar effect as a foot massage. The face is a map of the body, as is everything else. The hand is a map, the tongue is a map, everything is fractal. The foot reflexology, face reflexology. So we work
on the organs as we work on the face. Left leg up, step it through warrior two.
And half moon, work on lengthening the torso here as you roll the rib cage over the bottom rib cage. There is a lot of work here. Glide down into triangle. So just any narrow stand triangle here. I do like to be on the shin bone so I can lengthen the torso. You can reach over and really lengthen, stretch, feel it. Try to open the right shoulder over the left, so there is quite a bit of rotation here. And glide your left hand down, right foot out into side angle. Oof. And lower down for a little stretch here. And chaturanga. Up dog. Chaturanga. Down dog. And forward fold at the front, step your feet at the front and hold here for a couple of breaths. Lift your arches, activate the feet, feel the feet. And inhale all the way up. We're going to bring the right hand onto the left forearm and reach over to one side. change. Back to center. Open. Hands behind the head and open. Chest up. And shake it out. Now shaking could be something that eventually we'll find out to do prophylactically, because we don't have it in our nature to shake it off. Say you get in a small fight with your friend or a family, and it's just a tiny argument about the color of something, and you see it one color and they see the difference, something like this. Dogs would shake it off, right? And we just kind of walk away, and it just kind of compiles unless we have a very good system of detoxing emotions, which yoga is that. But I feel that if you just kind of shake it off at the end of the day, a lot of that stuff that is new to your tissue will just be removed, neutralized. All right, weights arrive to the party, and we are going to step onto the right leg, and we're going to go into that move. I'll just demonstrate it first, but we did it in the previous class. So we're going to go standing on the right leg, right hand sweeps back, left forward. Now this is a full body move. It's way beyond just warrior three or deadlift or any of those, because we're involving the entire back with the weights. Even without the weights that would have the same effect, but with the weights it's multiplied. So we're going out and lift in front, out, and when you're out, I really want you to press that back heel up, activating the hamstring, the glutes. Everything is activated in the body here. The back is working. So let's begin. 1. If you get tired here after a few reps, then substitute it with a row. So those are your variables. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and changing sides. Step evenly on your left foot, just activate the proper function of the foot, which as you activate the foot, you fire the inner and outer thigh muscles properly, groin muscles, pelvic muscles, etc. If we lean on one side, we are using our muscles improperly. All right. So right arm reaches forward, right leg back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Change again onto the right foot, activate the foot. And we're gonna go pushing back, same thing. Reach back. One-legged chair. Reach back. One-legged chair with the biceps. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, opposite side. Activate the foot. And let's go. 1, chair. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Absolutely lovely. Change again. Here we're gonna prepare for staggered squat, so square your hips, and we're gonna go 1, 2. So you're just keeping the back straight and pushing the hips back. I'll begin now the count. 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Opposite side. Let's shake it out. And opposite side, I feel it. Take nice, even position. So you want to find a square, level hip position. And let's go. 1, 2. Push through your left leg only. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, shake it out. We have one more exercise and we'll move on. This is very effective. Come back whenever you need a quick booty boost. That also boosts your back. Stepping onto the right leg, we're gonna do a staggered squat with a deadlift here and a triceps push, and then a hop of your preference. Now the hop can be row, biceps curls. If this was my first set, I would reach forward, but it's not. So my shoulders are fatigued. So for me, it will be a biceps curl or a row. Functional moves. 1, 2, 3, 4, straight back. 5, 6, push to the right leg. Opposite side. 1, 2, 5, 8, 9, and 10. All right, just a few. just a few side plank booty moves, gluteus medius, and we're almost done. You can do it with ankle weights or without. So if you have them, use them. All right, side. Legs in front of you, lay on your right side, right forearm below you. You can rest your left arm on your head, and we're gonna lift here and lift the left leg out. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, change. One, 2, you can touch your body, the hips. All right, lower down onto your side and bring your, I'll be slightly propped up because of my mic, but you can lay down, and we're just going to straighten and bring in the right leg. 1, and you can hold here, mid portion of your body. You're keeping it in flexion, tension through the entire time. Opposite side, or do it until a burn. If you're without the weights, it might take you twice the reps. So bring your take your weights off. And lay down. Bring your legs up and just lymph level, light level, grab the leg and glide as if you're gliding water, wringing water without force though, on the surface of the leg. Opposite leg, you can include the foot. You can pulse, vibrate, or press slightly. This is slight pressure again, the lymph nodes behind the knees. Same thing with the groin lymph nodes. You can just slightly knock, hey, wake up, kind of light pressure. And all right, one more on each leg, just to give ourselves a little lymphatic. And now a little shake. So you're gonna just shake. I think I had a class shake your bits. So just shake the tissue. All right, time for a stomach vacuum, which I find extremely beneficial to the lymphatic system. That is in the torso, and my guess is it activates the entire lymphatic system. So get yourself in a comfortable position and go into any form of stomach vacuum. a deeper one, a more shallow one. Just empty the stomach and draw the navel down towards the spine. You can press your elbows down and give yourself a little bit of a pelvic tilt. And Mula Bandha. Two more at your pace. And one more. This class feels like a self-spa because we're massaging all internal organs in a way that is absolutely probably the most superior way. That's why it's in the yoga traditions. And when you're ready, we're gonna go into plow. And shoulders stand. And you can drop your knees down by the head ears. And roll out. And some form of a supine twist. I'm gonna just place my feet about hip width apart a little wider and drop the knees both to the right and look over to the left. This is a very gentle supine twist, beginner level, you could say. Mild and gentle for just anybody that has trouble with twists, but at the same time effective and calming for the parasympathetics. It's just parasympathetic activation. And opposite. Twists in general are more sympathetic, but this is very mild, and it's also supine, so laying down. And All right, coming out, you can step onto your feet, knees up, and just the way your head is, make sure it's aligned properly. So give it a good kind of fingers on the neck and on the base of the head so that you're laying wide on the floor, and just drop your head to one side. Opposite side again from an equal standing. Opposite side. And back to center for our Shavasana. You can do any Shavasana you want, maybe legs up a chair, up a wall. Shavasana, I have a quick contemplation for you. It was my own contemplation, and you just called me a few times throughout this class to just bring it up here. Yesterday I cast it I Ching, and I Ching is interesting because it is known as the book of change, and it's a reminder that everything is constantly evolving and changing, and there is a pattern of energy around us that is recognizable and sometimes repeatable, sometimes cyclical. Everything is cyclical, the way the day and the night and the seasons and so forth. And when we recognize patterns, we despair less. So there is value in looking at patterns. So there was a reading about the body. It wasn't about the body, but it was about someone that seems to be separate from you, or almost someone with an opposing view, someone that has different interests than you do, and you can't find common ground. And even though it wasn't pertaining to the body, I took it as that way, because oftentimes Western culture in particular, but I think modern culture in general, sees the body as very random. Part of it is conditioned through the entire system, and it's a disconnect from our higher self, from our body, really, from our very, very tangible self. The body has a very deep, profound, wise quality to it, and you see it. Animals still have this connection, even though they're part of our paradigm too. So we're all experiencing levels of it. So to make a long story short, to see your interest and the body's interest as one, you're always working not at a cross purpose, but at a cross interest, but you're always working together towards the same ultimate goal and for the benefit of you. So you, as in your higher self, or soul, or more enlightened you, but also you as just simply you, whoever you are. And that's a very big question, but it's also extremely simple. And if you see the body always, and that runs me into German New Medicine, running a biological program to always heal, and always heal also the emotions, because that is the sickness of the body, is typically the traumas of the emotions and mind. They manifest, and you could argue is also the karmic consequences of things, not as punishment, but just action reaction. So the way we all understand stress to lead to some things, everything is energy and flows. So every emotion has an outcome. It doesn't just dissipate, because energy continues, persists, exists. So the body always, to make this very sweet, the body always runs a biological program to heal it, to cleanse it. And often in our ego mind, and that is, I think, most of our, let's say, scientific or kind of materialistic community understands everything is just very random. And in that kind of random mind, we always see everything as just the enemy of us, everything just random and always trying to hurt us. So we always see the afflictions of the body as against us, something that we're just suffering for no reason or just punishment. And we miss the bigger picture, that the body is actually our friend. It's always there to help. And sometimes we mistaken the symptoms of trying to fix a big or a small situation as a disease. We often misunderstand the steps it is taken to always persist to exist, right? To thrive. We mistaken it as a disease and we try to patch it up and we stress over it, understandably. But at the same time, we often interfere in the healing process because the ego doesn't relax, and the ego often misunderstands things. So when we step away from just the more limited mind, the more anxious mind, we begin to see conscious design in things, which is what we call God, right? In everything, and the body is an absolute representation of that. And we see it as always working to the benefit of the one that is us, that is you. It's working to your advantage. It's never working against you. And if you look at modern medicine, there is so many antis in modern medicine. It's antibodies, and it's autoimmune, and all of those things that are just a total misunderstanding of. And that opens a whole other thing that is just, I've dug so deep down that one. But the wider you look at things, the more profound look you take, the more you understand your body, and you begin to develop this love that you were meant to have for it all along. You're not working for different purposes, but you're both working towards the same. And once you deeply, profoundly, you realize that your afflictions are not there to punish you. So there's something really deep there. I don't know if I really drove this point home, but I hope I did. To just see things. I think the shift of understanding the body is profound. That's healing on its own. A lot of things can just begin to heal just from understanding that little part about the body, which is big. And that creates such a less tense way of relating to your own self. Things quit being random, and there is the conscious design in everything, and your body is no exception of that. So stay here in this, take it as you will. Go as far as you want with this contemplation. Post in the comments your contemplations, but stay here in that realization. So from that standpoint, observing your body or relating to your body, because they're not separate, they're in continuous, mutually evolving relationship. They're one, and at the same time they're working towards a continuous expansion, continuous betterment, continuous healing. And as you contemplate, remember to flow with love, strength, and ease.